Hello everyone, this is project log 1 for my Iron Warriors warband. I just want to speak to you about my plans for the warband and how I'm approaching a project, so it might be useful for you as well when you start a new army and you want to know what you can get from the boxes that Games Workshop gives you, because with careful planning and careful thinking you can get a lot of value from the boxes that you wouldn't probably be able to if you bought everything separately. So for this project I have bought only 2 boxes, so that's 75 quid. The Start Collecting CSM and the Havoc box. And my plan is to get around 1200 to 1500 points out of this, depending on the codex changes that's gonna come soon with 2 Wound Marines and so on. So before I bought everything, I knew that I wasn't going to use the Master of Possession, I wasn't going to use the Venom Crawler, and I wasn't going to use the 2 Greater Possessed in my Iron Warriors warband. You might think that this is a bit weird because this is almost half the box, but we got other uses for those, so we're fine. I like the 2 Obliterators. Iron Warriors have many rules for them. The 10 Marines are a bit weird because 5 of them come with bolt pistols and chainswords, which I will convert, and I have done that. And then 5 of them have bolters or plasma gun and an autocannon. The autocannon I won't use as well, but that's fine because we got the Havocs, so we can convert stuff. Cool. So, starting from the headquarters, I've taken the Master of Possessions. This is still halfway, I would say about 60% done. I have used the Nurgle Lord's axe from a friend, the Venom Crawler's tentacles, the rocket launcher loading arm bits from the Havocs, and the Havoc Aspiring Champion's torso for this conversion. So the Master of Possession become a Warsmith. I can use him as a Warp Smith as well later on if I want to, but he will be a Chaos Lord for now, with a Spite Spitter upgrade. One of the... I think this was the Aspiring Champion for the CSM squad from the Start Collecting box. He became the Sorcerer, so I made some robes for him. From my bits box I found the jetpack and some Zinch bits and some green stuff cabling, and the Master of Possession's flaming hand came here. So I'm sort of hoping the dagger comes in there in the book and the flames will leap out and then come into his hand or something. So that's our second HQ done. Yay! The Obliterators. I quite like the stock models, but they were a bit short for me. So I cut apart in the midriff and added about a finger's length into the mid, and then covered it up with the cables from green stuff. So it goes all the way around. Luckily this tabard covers up most of my shoddy work, and that's about 40% done now. So that's the first Obliterator. The second one is here, he's still being built. You can see how I approach the cutting, so that's the midriff that I cut from. So all of this needs to be filled with green stuff and cables to cover up. And it's missing the chain cannon here. I will explain in a second what I've done with that. You can probably guess. So those are the 2 Obliterators. I quite like them, apart from they're a bit expensive points wise, but that's fine for now. The Chaos Space Marines. This is my first squad, which is about 90% done. So the Aspiring Champion, or the Squad Champion, is from one of the Greater Possessed, but I didn't like the mutations. I don't think it matches the Iron Warriors, so they're all gone. I put some old Marines' feet here. The hands are obviously gone. The champions can get a bolter and a chainsword, so he's got that. So he's quite large and nice. I quite like him now. So these 4 were the bolt pistol and chainsword guys. So they all got bolters from my bits box now. And all of these marines I've added about a belt, maybe 2 belts width, to make them slightly taller. So they're about primary size now. I got an icon bearer as well. This was my first one. It's a tryout. So all the green stuff work that I've done I covered up with either little tabards or pistol holsters or grenades. which is an easy way of doing it. And the rocket launcher is from the Havoc kit. And the helmet as well. I love this model. So that's the first squad done. I have started building the second squad, so I go between building and painting quite a lot during a project. You can't build everything and then start painting. At least for me, it doesn't work. I have to bounce between the two. So the second squad has a last cannon dude with a poncho. I don't know why, but I think he looks cool. And then two guys with bolters. I will explain the story of my warband in a bit, but basically they were at the Siege of Terra, most of them. And they are the ones who got charged by Jagatai Khan and then ran away. So they're all broken Marines. Some of them lost limbs, half the body and stuff, so they're not in great shape. So the Havocs. So this is where most of the planning went to, because Games Workshop's box wasn't very well planned, I would say. It's planned well for them because it makes you buy multiple, but I didn't want that. So I wanted to get the maximum value out of this. So the sergeant he's lost half of his body as well, so he's got like a bionic leg and stuff. All of them I made myself from plastic bits and stuff. And the green stuff cables all around. I'm using this as a custom-made combi bolter. He doesn't even have an arm, it's just a bolter. So that's done. Now, the chain cannons. I wanted 3 chain cannons and a heavy bolter for the first wound that the squad takes. So this is the original default chain cannon from the box. Stock, nothing special. This one was a heavy bolter body, and the chain cannon tip is the one from the obliterator. So this is the easy conversion that you can do from the box. Super simple, and it looks the same to me. Nothing different. The third one, I had to be creative. I couldn't find anything similar, so I used the assault cannon from somewhere, I don't know where from, attached to the autocannon bits. I think it looks quite brutal, I quite like that. And then I attached some cabling here and there and some ammo bits and more magazines all around. And the heavy bolter guy is a stock heavy bolter guy. I just didn't want to use the cabling there, so I added the drum magazine. I think this is from an autocannon from the same box. So easy conversions. Those 4 are done. And the big part was the Venom Crawler. I needed to find a solution for that because I really don't like the original model. So my first idea was to turn it into a Predator, which was a bit ambitious, I would say. And then it evolved into being a Forge Fiend. So this is the final conversion. It still has a bit of... I broke it. It still has a bit of green stuff to do. I will continue the brain cables all around. But basically what I've done is I turned the model other way around, placed the face into the bum of the spider, made it go, you know, upwards towards this destructed building, and then attached a midriff. I think this is from a basilisk engine or like a cannon or something, and then attached the engine housings in the back. Lots of cabling and green stuff work all around, and then added this, I'm imagining this is an Imperial Fist Librarian in the back, attached from the brain into the demon engine's housing. So I just broke this bit, but imagine that's connected there. And then 2 autocannons. I didn't want to use the Hades autocannons from the Forge Fiend because they look massive, so this is, I think, a better size for this. So yeah, that's my demon engine for now. So that's basically it. Next up, after everything is done, would probably be some Terminators or a Contemptor Dreadnought. I quite like the idea of using more demon engines, but unfortunately for now our heavy support choices are full with the Havocs, the Obliterators and the Forge Fiend, so I need to find a solution to that. But yeah, it's a good fun project so far, and I hope you like me talking about this. I will do some painting videos later on when we finish up Sardaukar, but I have to just say, building and painting Chaos models is quite a lot of fun. I've been doing loyalist stuff like Black Templars and Imperial Guard for a while now, as you might know me from Instagram, and it was getting slightly stale because you can't run crazy like this. You know, you can't do stuff like this. You have to be somehow, well, not crazy. So yeah, it's a good fun project. I hope you like this video, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you very much.